Crash! Lightning tears through the night sky. The black book slams onto the counter of Miss Retro's throwback diner. Miss Holloway flips through its yellowed pages, past forbidden lore and vile incantations, to a spell altogether darker than anything she had dared to attempt. Above an image of nameless horrors devouring human bodies are the words, "The Feast of Flesh." Miss Holloway grins. Ba-doom! Thunder shakes the diner. Miss Holloway slips off a sock. She wiggles her toes, then places a foot on a flat wooden board.
Okay. Piece of cake.
Timorously, she raises a meat cleaver, steadying it above her foot.
This is not so bad. I can do this. 1, 2. Just do it. 3.
She brings the meat cleaver down and lets out a blood-curdling scream. Later, Miss Holloway hobbles around the kitchen, both of her feet wrapped in blood-soaked bandages. On a plate are 10 severed toes. One by one, Miss Holloway dips them in melted chocolate, then carefully wraps them in colorful foil paper. She drops the gruesome treats into a dish and groans. The bowl is far from full. She unwraps her bloody bandage. She wiggles 10 new toes covered in fresh pink skin. They have already grown back. Her strange powers ensure that they will always grow back. Okay. She again places her foot on the cutting board. She again raises the cleaver. She rolls her eyes, grumbling.
I hate this.
Later, Miss Holloway drops the last batch of chocolate-covered toes into a now full dish. She smiles, lights 5 black candles, places them inside of 5 jack-o'-lanterns, and waits. She waits as the storm outside slowly dies, until the shadows around her grow darker than black. She waits until the clock on the wall strikes 13. Only then does she know that the hour is at last at hand. All at once, Miss Retro's is awash in color. Dozens of vintage TV screens flicker to life, each one playing some trashy horror movie. The arcade machines play themselves, with pixelated combatants ripping out each other's hearts. Music flows from Miss Holloway's jukebox. It's a song by an old pop star the whole world's forgotten, and she thinks of Roger and the tour and the 3 girls she couldn't save. Shining through the diner's windows are a dazzling array of kaleidoscopic lights. Silhouetted in the entryway are 5 figures. There's a soft musical knocking at the door, tapping out the unmistakable tune of "Shave and a Haircut, 2 bits." Miss Holloway picks up her dish of homemade candy and pads across the black and white tile. She swallows hard and throws open the door. Waiting on the doorstep are 5 trick-or-treaters. They are child things dressed in brightly colored onesies. Their faces are hidden behind plastic masks, but not just any masks. Miss Holloway knows them. One is stone-like with cracks dripping blue goo. One an unblinking yellow eye. Another a deranged goat. Another an ever-hungry mouth. And the last a face writhing with green tentacles. These ageless terrors take many forms. Tonight, these are the costumes they choose. The lords in black hold out plastic Halloween buckets, chanting, "Trick or treat, something, give us something good to eat."
Hello, boys.
Hello, Miss Holloway.
My. Look at those costumes. These must be the scariest masks in the whole town.
Wiggly's eyes narrow as he smiles knowingly.
Oh, is that what you think?
Who wants candy?
Miss Holloway holds out the dish of chocolate-covered toes. The child things push and shove, clamoring for a taste.
All right, everybody, 1.
The lords in black each take a piece, tearing off the wrapping and popping them into their mouths filled with black tongues and rotten teeth. They chomp, cracking bones and spraying blood. Pokey licks his fingers clean and demands,
"More." Now, boys, if you eat too much candy, you'll be up all night.
Nibley stomps his feet petulantly.
Give it to me, bitch!
Okay, but only because you asked so nicely.
She hands over the dish and they tear into the treats like wild animals. In 10 seconds flat, they have greedily devoured every scrap of flesh. They finish their snack like messy toddlers, absolutely drenching themselves in blood, chocolate, and slobber. They belch loudly. Miss Holloway masterfully hides her disgust, beaming down at them as if they were just the cutest little darlings in the whole wide world.
All right. Happy Halloween.
Miss Holloway starts to close the door when Blinky stops her. He gazes into the diner filled with arcade machines and old TVs.
Wait. What's in there?
Oh, nothing. Just super fun games and toys.
Tinky's ears perk up, and the 5 evil boys barge their way inside. Pokey rummages through Miss Holloway's record collection. He absentmindedly tosses the records over his shoulder, shattering them on the floor. Tinky crashes 2 toy spaceships into each other. Blinky plops in front of a huge TV screen, while Nibbly lays beneath the soft-serve machine, pouring ice cream into his mouth. As Miss Holloway grins, she turns to see Wiggly, seated alone at a booth, staring intently at her.
What's wrong? You don't want to play too?
Oh, I always want to play. The question is, what's the game, Miss Holloway?
What do you mean? Can't I just have a fun night with my 5 cute boys?
Tinky turns to Pokey, grinning maniacally.
She called me cute. It's been years. You don't call. You don't write. That Christmas card. Now all this? I think you're trying to butter us up.
Across the diner, Nibbly holds a stick of butter in each hand.
Butter, yum yum.
He shoves the sticks into his mouth as Wiggly glares at Miss Holloway.
I think you want something.
Suddenly, the karaoke machine blares to life and Pokey starts singing along to some old 80s tune.
I'm gonna tap for somebody.
Will you fool shut the fuck up?
Wiggly slams his fists on the table. In an instant, his brother's play has ceased. They now sit crowded around him, on their very best behavior. Miss Holloway slides into the opposite side of the booth.
All right, boys, let's cut to the chase. A while ago, we made a deal. Now, I would argue I made the deal under duress. And the more I think about it, the less fair it seems.
Fair? We never claimed to be fair.
Fair's boring. We're
So don't get your panties in a twist because I didn't even read the fine print.
What if I offer you a better deal? You keep what I gave you and get back everything I took. I'm talking the powers, the book. How many years do I have left on the clock?
Tinky suddenly holds a calculator in each hand while he works an abacus with his feet. He calculates with demonic speed.
I carry the 1 divided by the square root of pumpkin pie. About 6,582.
Miss Holloway grins. She sees the hunger in their eyes.
That's a lot of human life to chew on. Sounds very tasty.
Yum yum.
Careful. Let's not think with our tummies now, boy. Other mortals would claw their eyes out to get what she has, but Miss Holloway squanders her gifts. She doesn't use them to help herself, just children. She doesn't even like our book, after we worked so hard on all those pretty pictures. I think she's trying to give us something she doesn't want. That's not a deal. That's a fucking favor. She's trying to trick us into being...
That's a bad word.
So, how about this counter offer? Go fuck yourself.
Miss Holloway's heart sinks as they cackle until Wiggly lifts a finger.
would be my normal response. But Miss Holloway is no normal lady, is she?
She is defiant.
She's one heck of a gal.
In my pocket.
We've been watching you for such a long time. And when we saw you at the graveyard, crying over that dead bitch, it touched our heart.
Tears begin welling up in Blinky's bulbous eye. Tinky chokes back a sob, blowing his nose noisily.
I know you want, Miss Holloway. A regular life. The picket fence, 2 kids and a mortgage. And I'll give it to you. But
There's always a but.
the next time the shit hits the fan and some ghost or ghoulies on the loose, you'll be powerless to help. If you can live with that, knowing that you could have done something but chose not to, then shake my hand and we'll call it a deal.
Wiggly spits a wad of black phlegm into his hand and offers it to Miss Holloway. She stares at it.
I never wanted this. The power, any of it. But I took it and I've helped people. I did. But even with powers, I can't be everywhere. Save everyone. I've done more than my fair share of good. Time to save myself.
She reaches out her hand. Wiggly's eyes widen. Their fingertips touch. Then she pulls away.
And one more thing. I want my name back.
Now.
Wiggly pulls his hand back, but Miss Holloway is quick to clarify.
Not the one you want. My real name. You can keep the rest. Just give me my name.
Miss Holloway now spits into the palm of her own hand and reaches it across the table. Wiggly cocks his head, considering.
Come on. Be a pallywell.
You drive a hard bargain, Miss Holloway. But what the hell?
Wiggly's hand shoots across the table and grabs hold of Miss Holloway's. The lords in black roar with laughter. And as they laugh, their masks slip away. Miss Holloway thinks she sees what lies beyond their many guises. These things that could swallow black holes. Beings that floss their fangs with the strings of dimensional space. The nuclear fire burning at the center of the universe was no more miraculous than their flatulence. She feels the tentacles engulf her. She feels each life that was stolen ripped from her. She sees the black book fall from her fingers, splashing into a sea of blood. She sees an old woman staring back at her from her own reflection. She feels magic unwind itself from the helix of her DNA, and the thing she has become is now unmade.